Chapter 8, we're going to learn the types of service. Catering is an event or show in itself, and in essence, the staff are the performers. Think of it Disney. Your employees are the cast members. Everyone, even behind the scene, are all part of putting on the show or the catered event. Just like we're doing for Honors Night, a huge show, a huge extravaganza. The show can be as simple as one like a buffet table where the servers and the servers or our cast members, they're the performers that can make or break the event. There are many things to consider. Training is one of them. All types of service styles need extensive training. Some examples of some service styles that need training are a parade of servers, a baked Alaska, that's a frozen dessert that's ignited on flame as is brought into the room, very exciting. Ice sockets, I used to make these a lot at Hyatt, where I'd actually carve them on a bandsaw and display caviar in there. There could be sorbet, etc. Interactive buffet stations, you need to train with that so that each person that's working that station knows the ingredients, knows how to interact with a guest. Carving station, make sure the attendants, the chefs that are carving at that station, know the proper portions, know how to interact with the guest a little bit. Maybe they want a rarer piece, maybe they want a well-done piece, and be able to ask those appropriate questions. Hand-tossed salads, that's a style of service. Could be done as part of an interactive buffet station also. Just mixing the ingredients in front of a guest and having the guest tell the attendant what type of ingredients they would like in theirs, and they freshly toss it. Whipped potato bars, these can be very exciting, where you have your basic whipped or mashed potatoes. It could be plain russets, Idaho, red bliss potatoes, many kinds of potatoes, yams even, and then assortment of condiments next to those whipped potatoes, where the guest let the attendant know which types they would like in there. And then the attendant mixes those together and puts them in a nice container. I've used martini glasses, which looks really elegant, and it's very fun and festive. Here on the second slide, we see a table setting for a family dinner that's on your in your book. You can see you have the water glass in the far right side, fork on the left, knife on the right, and spoon on the right, salad plate. On the left side of the fork, you got your dinner plate in the middle, of course your napkin, bread and butter plate in the back, and that's basically for a family dinner. On this next side, you'll see a formal dinner table setting, a little more complicated, a few more items, and this can be actually even more items that are here depending on the meal that's being served. Here you'll see additional spoon, a soup spoon or a service spoon. You have a bread and butter plate again, a water glass. Now you have a wine glass, another wine glass, and that could be more depending upon the event that's going on. I recently went to a convention and we did wine tasting with the event, so we had each course had 1 or 2 or 3 additional wine glasses depending upon the appetizer or entree being served. And then additionally you have the soup bowl, that's liner plate, you have again the soup spoon I mentioned, and the dessert fork. And there could be additional forks depending upon additional courses. Now hierarchy, very important subject. Hierarchy is really important because it helps everybody know the positions, who's doing what. It helps avoid confusion and disorganization. And the main part of your hierarchy for a catered event is your event planner. The event planner is the one that's orchestrated the event, They are the key contact person for the client. They may also be known as the catering manager, the catering sales manager, catering sales representative, the convention or conference service manager, banquet setup manager, assistant banquet manager. Usually they're the one that collects the final payment. Now, an expediter, that's one that checks the food and pays attention to all details on the food plate. This is the quality control person examining each plate before it reaches the guests. And this may be not prior to, but afterwards, dish up, making sure they're unloaded from the hot boxes or they're being dished up right away, that they go out to the guests and everything's looking appropriately. And timing, too. The expediters are really in charge of that timing aspect. Make sure that the meals are taking the appropriate amount of time, and usually it's about 20 minutes per course. Now, the maître de hotel supervises the setup of the dining room and choreographs the service of food and beverages. He or she greets the guests and may help to seat. Here she's the liaison between the kitchen and the dining room, communicating with the chef about special requests, timing, etc. Now, the captain, that's the person that's in charge of the specific section of the dining room, usually remains on the floor attending to guests' specific needs. So kind of like we're doing for Honors Night, each of us has a captain and they're in charge of one section. And if there's not a sommelier available, this is the person that would be pouring the wine. Next, we have the sommelier. That's the wine steward recommending specific wines to the guests and serves them with each course, usually for very formal banquets. The next in the hierarchy is the wait persons. This is the staff that usually serves the dishes, from setting up to breaking down tabletops, passing hors d'oeuvres, pouring beverages, clearing extra setups, brewing coffee, serving tea, and more. Now the runners, they bring the food from the kitchen to the dining room. And the stewarding department may help with this too. May assist in the wait staff